The Eagles host the Rams this Sunday at 1 o'clock in a big game, a clash between both 2-0 teams. Eagles beat them twice last year. Jalen Hurts is 3-0 against Stafford in his career. This should be a big one. I'm Coy Camiscioli for Philly Sports Talk here. Sorry if I sound a little under the weather. I am sick. Who gives a crap, though? Let's talk about the game. So, again, both teams are 2-0 heading into this one. The Rams had a really sloppy game week one against the Texans. They won 14-9. It was not pretty. And then the Titans kind of stuck with them last week, but they ended up winning 33-19. So they got the offense going a little bit more. I have to imagine that the Rams have this game circled on their calendar. I really do. We blew them out on the road last year in the regular season, and then we broke their hearts in the divisional round as it came down to the final drive, obviously, before Jalen Carter made a couple big-time plays. This is a weird game for me. I'm going to start off with this because it's really difficult to beat a team 3 times in a row. Plus, I really have my concerns with Kevin Patullo. I think I'm a little more concerned on him than some people are. I generally think he might be worse than Brian Johnson. I truly believe that. The offense has been out of sync, and some people still blame Jalen. It's just unreal to me. It's unbelievable because in 2022, he was the MVP runner-up with Shane Steichen. They go to the Super Bowl. 2023, he was the MVP favorite for 11 games with Brian Johnson. 2024, he's the Super Bowl MVP with Kellen Moore. And now we win 2 games against the defending AFC champions and our division rival, and we're blaming Jalen. And listen, it's not everybody, but dude, it's just you just don't know what you're talking about anymore. It's pathetic. It honestly is pathetic. You got to look at what Kevin Patullo is doing to this offense. It's really concerning, and it's a shame because it's just another first-time play call that I think needs a lot of work. It's just not working out. So I made a joke earlier. We need to start a GoFundMe page for the Eagles to be able to bring back Shane Steichen on a head coaching salary, but as an offensive coordinator, because if he was our OC, I think this team would three-peat, if I'm being honest. That offense in 2022 was absolutely ridiculous. So it is what it is. This whole week, I've just been more and more pissed off about the whole coordinator situation. 4 different coordinators in 4 years. It gets annoying, man. It's really annoying. I wish the NFL prioritized making these coordinators' salaries go up a little bit, so we didn't have stuff like this. I know Steichen's 2-0 right now with the Colts, but Daniel Jones is starting at quarterback. They literally remind me of the Saints of last year who started 2-0. Dude, I mean, come on. He's been through the Raider there with the Colts. And Kellen Moore now is with the Saints 0-2 with Spencer Rattler. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just like, listen, I understand the money, the salary, and everything. I get it. You got to take it. But I just wish that more teams, or I just wish that like we prioritized. I know it's really tough because nobody has really ever done this, but like give an elite coordinator head coaching salary. I don't know the limits or cap limits on coordinator positions or whatever, but I mean, there's no way. I feel like I just want to win more than I get paid a little bit more. Not a little bit more, a good amount more. I don't know. But I understand it. You got to put food on the table. So we'll get off that. That's just how concerned I am with Kevin Patullo. Jalen Hurts, he's 18-0 in his last 18 games that he started and finished, which is just ludicrous, absolutely ridiculous. You can't do that if you're not good. I don't care how good your team is. You can go down the line of the last 10 to 12 Super Bowl winners. You look at the Seahawks in 2014 or whatever with Russell Wilson. Wilson was great, but that team was so good. The offense was unreal. The defense, Legion of Boom, was unbelievable. Peyton Manning in 2015 wasn't even good that year. It was that his team was so loaded. The Patriots playing the Rams, they put up 13 points, loaded defense in one of those games. Malcolm Butler saved Brady in one of those games. You could just say all these ifs and ifs. And it's the same thing with Mahomes. Mahomes was one Jimmy Garoppolo throw away in the 2020 Super Bowl, one flag away, and one first down away in the overtime win against the 49ers from not having a ring. And, I'm not one of those hypothetical guys. I think Mahomes is the second best quarterback of all time. But, like, if you want to come at Jalen, we can go through hypotheticals of every quarterback in football. It's just ridiculous. Newsflash, you don't win a Super Bowl with a bad quarterback. And I don't think Jalen is like a god. I think he's a good passer. I think his game instincts are unbelievable. I think he's an insanely good game manager. And I think that's what makes him like a lock for top 7. A lock. And I have him probably around 5. But it's just like I don't know. I'll get off the Jalen Hurts slander because I know everybody's slandering his name, and we'll just keep more on this game. We'll talk about injury reports first for the Eagles. Big one here is Dallas Goedert is back and healthy, which is great. He is will be playing this week. Will Shipley, he still has his oblique injury, and Tanner McKee is questionable with his thumb injury, so nothing too major there. For the Rams, they placed Akella Witherspoon on IR on Monday after he broke his clavicle. Defensive end Braden Fisk is questionable with an oblique injury. Tight end Kobe Parkinson is questionable with a shoulder injury. And guard Steve Avila is doubtful as of now. So nothing too major for each side. The Rams probably have more of a hit on the injury report than the Eagles. But yeah, we'll talk about the game. We're going to need the defense to come up clutch this week. I think Sean McVay will scheme against the offense and Patullo well. But the Rams, they could have some trouble with our defense. I really want to see more pressure from the Eagles defense in this game. You know, I want to see them get to Stafford. I know that we were without Jalen Carter week 1 against the Cowboys, but I think if we give Matthew Stafford the time that we gave Dak Prescott, I think we lose this game seriously. So I want to see a little bit more pressure. It's going to be a tough week for offense. I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned about Kevin Patullo than some other people. Seriously. The route trees have just been awful. The play calling is way too predictable. Even I know what's happening. And guys, I know I'm on here recording podcasts. I've been doing this for 4 to 5 years now. I'm still not an insane football analyst. I like to think I know ball. But when I know what's going on the field before it happens, I promise you that's not a good thing. It's not because I know ball. So that's just how I feel so far about the offense. And my keys to victory, we're going to need AJ and Smitty to get going. I don't think we win if they're just as involved as they were the first 2 weeks. I really think we lose this game if those two aren't involved. We need some big time plays. I want to see one of them get 100 yards, get a touchdown, get in the end zone. It's just I just have a feeling that Jalen is going to be under pressure a decent amount in this game. We saw the Chiefs do it on 3rd and 4th downs in week 2 and in the Super Bowl. We saw that was like the whole game plan for teams to try and just send all-out blitzes to put the ball in Jalen's hands, and he just countered it. But right now, nobody's open. A.J. Brown had a 38.4% route win rate this past week, which is pretty good. He had a 0% win rate week 1 against the Cowboys. So we got to find a way to get him the ball. But again, I think if we have good plays designed for the big 3rd downs and the couple 4th downs that we'll probably go for in this game to counter the blitzes or when Jared Verse breaks loose, I think we'll win this game. But from what I've seen the first 2 weeks, I don't think that's going to happen. I think this actually could be an ugly game potentially. So my last key, pressure Stafford. He can't have too much time in the pocket, as I said, like Dak Prescott had week 1. So my 3 keys: get pressure on Stafford. You can't give him that much time in the pocket. Have good play calls designed for 3rd and 4th downs. I think we know what's going to come. And AJ and Smitty need to get involved. That's the bottom line. So those are my keys to victory. My prediction for this game, my gut instinct is telling me they're going to lose. I really think they're going to lose the game. But Jalen is 18-0 in games he started and finished his last 18 games. I can't bet against it until I see him. So I'm going to go with the Eagles win 24-22, another scrappy game. Again, I really have a gut instinct we're going to lose this game, but I can't bet against them until it happens. So, yeah, that's going to do it. And I'll have a recap out probably on Monday or Tuesday. So I'll see you guys in a few days.